Hi, Yodans. Welcome back to our channel. This is again Erms, and I would like to share with you. This is the fourth presentation on Epicurus, and today I'll be discussing about Epicurus on business. And I hope you will enjoy and have fun as we continue along our discussion on Epicurus on business. But before we start, I would like to invite you to be our partner and be a Yodan and be the first to be notified if we do have some new videos, and if you have some merchandise, then you will be the first to be notified, and hopefully we can have a very good fruitful Patreon uh, account, and hopefully I would like to share it with you later on, hopefully with our future merchandise. So be Ayudan and be the first to be notified. So please like, comment, subscribe, and click the notification bell, and you know, get excited with about life, with philosophy and philosophers. So let's continue. Now, Epicurus on business. Epicurus is a risk taker. If he is a businessman, he said that yeah, death cannot harm us when we are alive, much more when we are dead. Therefore, Epicurus did not fear death, thus he can take greater risk beyond life, you know even beyond life, right? So Aristotle understood that not even death, death is our greatest enemy, but for Aristotle, death is nothing. And that is for us, it's the greatest risk. Once we die, then there's nothing. We cannot do nothing on earth. Whatever business we had, whatever things we had, all of that will be lost. It's nada. But for Epicurus, death is nothing. You know, thus he can take greater risk, beyond life. So he's a risk taker. He can be an entrepreneur. Now, then number the second thing is, Epicurus, live with a lesser ego. The dictum of living unseen uh, connotes a less stressful life. Thus, you can live well. For Epicurus, the lesser ego you impose to yourselves in business, in life, then there could be less hassles in life. I also like this one. Not being so well known in the way we do things in business, you know, being hidden sometimes is beneficial because that gives us less stress. Very few people will come and demand on our time. Another thing for Epicurus is that Epicurus could be satisfied with little things. This is an entrepreneurial nature. An entrepreneur starts with small, and because of this, being satisfied with little things, you can move higher, you can go higher in your activities, in your dreams in life, in the things you want in life. So Epicurus is very clear on this thing. Especially in business, entrepreneurs started very small things. Whether we like it or not, they started very small things. um, I've heard that businessmen started before they grow so big. They started selling um, small merchandises, small, even selling used clothes, and then later on earn so many things, and having a mall, um, having a superstore later on. So Epicurus is satisfied with little things. Starting with 5,000 capital and then grow to millions is entrepreneurial in nature. So if we want to, if we want to start a business, try to start small and get satisfied. That's what Epicurus is trying to advise. Do not start with so large amount, because when we failures come, then we lose also so big. So sometimes we say, I will have to start big. I will have to start with thousands. or with millions so that I can gain also millions. Just like, investing stock market. Sometimes we say, I will have to invest later on when I have 100,000, I have 200,000. I cannot start now because I have only 5,000. But once you lose, the losses you commit on having 100,000 or a million is the same losses you commit, the same percentage of losses you commit at 5,000. But that's at least if you lose 20% of your 5,000, then you lose only 1,000 pesos. But losing, a million at 20% will take you 200,000. And for me, that's too big, right, to lose. The next thing is, he has an entrepreneurial spirit. This will make an entrepreneur alive. This will make us alive. As Epicurus said, believe that self-sufficiency is the greatest of all. And Epicurus believe that once you feel that, it's enough for me. Because people, once we cannot be enough we can feel that it is sufficient, it is enough on something, therefore we cannot be happy. Sometimes we work for something so hard, but we feel insufficient on that kind of work that we have, on the effort that we have, then still happiness is a little far from it. But I think Epicureans believe that happiness dwells on self-sufficiency. Once you said it's enough, then you need to be happy. And happiness is the ultimate goal of Epicureans. That is what why people they have to seclude themselves, they live unseen, because for them there is more happiness to it than being so popular, being so known, being so public. And the next thing is that Epicureans believe that of all things that wisdom provides for living one's entire life in happiness, the greatest by far is the position of friendship. They believe in human capital. For Epicurus and Epicureans, they believe that human capital matters and starts with friendship. Right? They said no man is an island. Sometimes we cannot live alone, and we cannot survive alone, whether we like it or not. Being alone is not just lonely, but sometimes it is not so productive. So say of all things that wisdom provides for living one's entire life in happiness, is the greatest by far is the position of friendship. For Aristotle, it is not only money, it is not only wealth, it is not only pesos, it is not only gold that you possess, but friendship is a position that could give you happiness, that could give you success. And people that surround you, good people that surround you, are human capital. Human capital matters, or humans and social capital matters for our lives in business and for Epicurus. The next thing is that this is found in the Vatican saying. Aristotle said, "Tranquil man is not troublesome to himself or to another." Tranquility, being peaceful, is a sign of emotional intelligence. And emotional intelligence in business, according to Aristotle, matters. Because if you want to be successful, stop being troublesome. Stop being so noisy. Because sometimes being noisy in the organization will prevent you to be on the top of the ladder of success. People hate sometimes people who are, troublesome, people who are noisy, people who are just saying all the negativity, but it did not help on how to solve all of these things. And for me, all of these things are useless. Sometimes we are so negative, we are so critical on so many things. The organization has, even on the little things, we are so critical. But for Epicurus, being noisy, being troublesome, sometimes hinder us to be successful. And it is the sign that we have a low, EI, a very low emotional intelligence. So if we want to be perceived with high EQ, high EI, then be peaceful, be tranquil. And then let's go to the second to the last. Desires does not make us rich. If you want to make Pythocles a rich man, do not add to his store, but take away his desire. You know, Yodans, if you want to be rich, then have actual position on things, not just desires. Sometimes, our desire is higher than what we achieved. And Epicurus is very clear on this one. Sometimes in our lives, true richness is not on how much desires we have, right? But again, contentment, self-sufficiency, and so on. The last one is reciprocity. Reciprocity brings wealth. According to Aristotle, Epicurus is do not avoid granting small favors, for it will make you seem the sort of person to conquer great ones. So once we help people, even by little things, little by little, people will look at us as a great one, and they will reciprocate. Later on, they will, in return of the little things that they help you, they will give you in return great things. And I can give you an example of that. Me myself, sometimes I help people little by little, but in return they give you something huge in return. And the last one, if you want to, view our next presentation, I'll be presenting on Buddha, an introduction on Buddha. So do not forget to like and then comment and then subscribe and click the notification bell for you to be notified in our next video. Meet the force be with you, and I hope you will be peace and then you will be good health. Keep safe.